Hi, dude, everyone. It is Sunday night, and it is time for another motherfucking broadcast. How the hell are you doing? Right, I know what you're thinking. Hey. You said we were going to get this brand new format when everything was going to be loosed up and different all the time. Maybe you and Tosh sitting down and talking some shit. Well, don't worry. We are going to bring you another one of those episodes in a couple of weeks. We've got a really special one here. If it's your first time ever tuning in, my name's Billy Kirkwood. I'm the host of Braw Cast, and we get to talk to you each and every Sunday night, bringing you chats with weird and wonderful individuals from around the world, experiences, and so much more. And this is brought to you absolutely free by the guys at Braw Beard Oils, who are about celebrating life, celebrating the alternative lifestyles, and of course, bearded motherfuckers and non-bearded motherfuckers all across the world. And if you're not a fucker of mothers, you're more than welcome as well. I don't know why I said it so much in that. Right. You can help support and keep this podcast free by heading over to Broad Beard Oils. Of course, you've got amazing stuff over there. You've got beard creams. You've got that's beard waxes. You've got beard oils. You've got brushes, sunglasses, hats, and so much more. You can head over and get that amazing stuff over there. But it's all about conversation and having ourselves a little bit of fun. Now, this episode is very, very special because, well, number one, it's not going to feature too much of me in it, but it's going to feature Brawbeard Kingpin JJ. Now, if you're into bikes, you'll know that the TT has just finished up over in the Isle of Man. This episode, we are going to be bringing live and what I like to call Braw Vision. It's going to be JJ in his Brawbeard Mobile, what we call it, in the van. Of course, he is going to be over there with Lewis Rollo and Stuart Rollo. Now, he's going to be over there with his cousin Stuart. They're going to be going around the Isle of Man, the TT course, with British Superbike rider Lewis Rollo. So you can tune in and you get to hear a little chat about them, you know, the carnage that's went on, some stories from the road. And this is the cool thing. We are going to be taking you in the car, in the truck, in the van, whatever we want to call it, riding all the way around the Isle of Man. It's something a bit different. It's something a bit different in this episode. So if you're into bikes, you're going to love it. If you're not into bikes, you're going to be into the stories and some of the fun. So that's what this episode is going to be. So I think you're really, really going to enjoy it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut the hell up. I will see you at the end of this episode. Let's head over now to JJ.
Thanks, Billy. That's us just arrived in Isle of Man. We are here with Lewis Rollo and my cousin Stuart, and we're here just for a few days to watch the TT, the practice qualifying and support the riders Lee Johnson and Jamie Coward. And well, you've been here a few times before, Stu, eh?
Yeah, I've been here, well, not for about 20 years right enough, but every year for 10 years before that. So,
this will have changed a bit now, eh?
It is and a half. So, this bit here is where the wheelies and burnouts used to be, eh?
Oh, well, that's it. It's very pedestrianised now, eh? Because it used to be carnage here at night, folk doing wheelies and burnouts. And
So I see.
We'll come back in a week's time.
Yeah, we don't have marks.
There's no tyre marks on the tarmac, no burnout marks.
Nah, nothing happens in here at night now.
No. It's got to see that road back there, that's where me and Scott, that time we was streaking.
Alright, what happened there?
Well, they had closed the road off, so we went up the back, past the policeman, right along the back past the supermarket, and then they had the barrier up at the other end.
Right.
So the policeman's trying to grab me and Scott anyway. I was just swerved into the policeman's trying to grab Scott, he's got nothing on apart from a pair of bits. And into the crowd, but by that time they had put all the pedestrians back into the, well, it was closed road, so they're all slapping them in the front. It's quite funny. Streaking went wrong.
That's, I think, used to happen on the promenade the way. There was a lot of streaking going on, man.
And we were coming back the way another time. I think it was this bit here, these pedestrian crossing. It was traffic lights here, I think, back then.
It was, aye.
We had to stop, and Scott's in the back, and all you could hear was, shit, because he's bullet naked. And I started doing a burnout, and they're all slapping his ass and everything.
Was that, like, the police didn't really bother, right?
The police didn't bother trying to get us, but they couldn't grab him, because they never, they didn't bother. And the only bothered is when, Lewis was trying to do a stand-up wheelie and he didn't quite do it right, and then did the burnout and the anti-slip stuff, and they took his keys off him.
But did they give him back?
Eventually. Gave it out.
Just give me telling off.
And it is. first that I come across here, folk they didn't need to MOT their cars in Isle of Man, eh?
Nah, that's right,
They used to drive about some buckets of rust.
I remember the couple we used to stay with, Chris and Julie, they stayed up on Falcon Road, and he had a old Orion, I think it was, a Ford Orion.
The flare was hanging out.
The flare was missing. When you're driving along, you could see the road go past. It just rusted right through.
And they MOT and they hard, eh?
Nah.
A lot quieter than them.
Nah, it was that. I'm sure you need MOTs now.
It's changed a bit. I've been coming along here. I mind seeing guys coming off the ferry, and at night we did the promenade, watching the nonsense, and guys coming off the ferry, full loaded with other bags, and banners and that, trying to burn it. And,
Oh, really?
police taking their keys or they're falling off the bikes.
Seen a boy falling off the burned it and hit the trams. The tram line used to be there, eh? I just noticed that actually, the tram lines aren't there anymore. But they used to be there and the boy was doing a burnout and the back wheel hit the tram line and spun out.
Oh, this is going back up the track, eh?
Aye.
Gee, this has changed this bit though.
So that's us on the track now, heading towards the grandstand, which is the start line. And then start a lap and see how we go.
What? This is a change day.
And they've got rid of the boards this year, haven't
that's
they?
it, aye.
The scoreboards. They had went to Clive, they went, we're not sure how they're going to mark it. He's like, well, do you think anyone's actually used it in the last 20 year anyway? They've got pit boards and live timing and everything.
That's true, eh? Have you been round to the course, Lewis?
Came over to Southern 100 4 years ago.
Right.
Where I got one of my mates, Leon, and he actually done the TT in a sidecar.
Oh, yeah.
And had an accident, came off the back of it. So he knows the place quite well, and he had took me around for a few laps. So.
Yeah. That's quite interesting to see your perspective of it, if it come with a track racing, seeing this.
I go, eh?
That's mad, eh?
That's the thing, like, obviously signing with Padgett's this year, totally the team's legends, obviously, in every aspect of bike racing, but road racing mostly. And then over at the Northwest a couple of weeks ago, and just same again there. Not as long a circuit as this, but they're all setting off with each other. And seeing 30 of them take off and piling into the first corner, you're just like mental. But here you can see straight away curbs are a bit more lethal, walls right beside the road.
That's right, they're just
a
there.
bit tighter.
I'm sure the first year we came here, I'm sure when we went round this roundabout and went up, we went out of 30 and back to 30 within like daytime. Is that not different back there, that junction? No.
It's been like that for a while.
This is different though.
Oh, this is... They make fucking good cake in there, by the way.
And there.
Me and Elaine sat there one year. And the churchman, they make good cake.
It's mad though, even there, that you're sitting on the outside of the corner.
I'm sure it used to... This wasn't a speed limit before, it used to be like an along here on your road bike. Flat out along here. It's come down to Union Mills, eh?
Union Mills is just up here. That'll be a quick section, that's it.
Yeah.
Even the wall with the slabs on the top is sticking in.
There's so many dodgy bits, eh? Just the curbs, the bus stops.
Take the curb away, take the curb and fall down.
But even how gritty it is, because the Northwest was the same. Loads of grit and shit in the middle of the road, and then I'm like, oh well, the road sweeper go out. They're like, nah. They're like the 650s are the road sweepers.
I'm sure this is where Keith Amer.
It was, eh?
He came round here and he came and he lost the front and going to the left as it was damp.
He slid just down there, eh?
Slid right out the middle of the road.
He was lucky, like.
Lucky guy, like. That's about a good bit to watch as well, because they come in and get back in and flat it.
Yeah. Remember an old PlayStation game, that petrol station, the price of petrol was like 62 pence or something.
Oh, see this bit here, it's a 49. Used to come out here, and it'd be like basically any speed you wanted, so it'd be good in the gears and then up here, flat out along here, along the next village.
So what's your plan over here, Lewis? What you doing? You helping the boys in the team?
So I went over to Northwest just to kind of see what that was like, and ended up on the spanners, running bikes back and forward, and all the old boys in the Paget's team had a bit knackered now, so they needed a bit of young blood.
Some young blood in it.
So I enjoyed a different side of the sport, but I don't think, because this isn't what I do, it's not like I'm here like, oh, I want it. I wouldn't be able to do it at BSB, like be a wee pit bitch or a mechanic or whatever, but here it's good, come along, support my teammates, support the team, and then get to watch some bike racing and go out, have a bit of fun at night, just to laugh, carry on.
Good man. Who is it? Who's your teammates this year?
So Connor Cummins, he's finished, I think it's the last 3 superbike races on the podium here.
Right.
So he's one to watch. He's had a few knocks this year already in pre-season testing and that, but he's been out at BSB. He had a good Northwest, he was happy enough with that, so he's buzzing. Obviously this is his home race. And then David Todd, he's been racing Stock 1000 with me. He's been on the last 3 podiums in Stock 1000, and then at the Northwest he got 4 second places as well, so he's one of the ones to watch. Bit less experience here at the TT. I think this is his 3rd or 4th time here. 3rd time here. So some say it's his final learning year, others say it's a year he can push on, but he's had obviously a couple of years away from here now. I know everyone's the same, but when you're new to it, you'd rather be hitting it 3 years in a row, not 2 years back to back and then missing it. But he's buzzing, he's on a high just now, he's riding well, all the bikes are mega, so I think both of them will be right at the sharp end in every single class.
Good, it's going to be interesting to watch, like.
Yeah.
That's where Elaine's mum used to stay, just over there at Crosby. We used to roll out the house and just down at the Crosby pub and watch.
I was just going to say, see when this bit wasn't it, never speed limit. The racing, honestly, speed used to be able to come in here, it was great. Flattened in here. Well, not flattened, but it felt flattened. So just water coming in there already. And this bit didn't have a speed limit, so I'm flying in there. Tight.
Got a few bumps in the road today, right?
Yeah, even just patches of tarmac missing, and
it's the shadows, eh?
Well, that's what I was talking to John McGuinness, and that's what he was saying. With the Northwest, it's quite open, whereas here you're under, I don't know what bit it is, but you're under the trees for a while in the dark, and then you come out, and then I think it's maybe just before the gooseneck, then you come out to the mountain, and it's just all open again.
That's right.
But that's what, at the Northwest, I think it's like 7 miles long, but I went round when I got there, and the front coast road was all dry because of the wind, and then you got round the back and it was all wet, and I was like, well, what happens here, because they race in the wet or the dry, and they're like, well, you pick your tyres and you go for it, and I'm just like, at least here they're not racing in the wet, it's only dry, but you think over, what's it, 27 mile?
No, 37.
37 mile. It needs to all be quite similar, doesn't it?
Well, that's quite a hard thing to achieve, really, on a small island.
Yeah.
Over a course of 37 3/4 miles, the chances of getting the whole thing dry are pretty slim. But that's what they need for it to run, eh?
Especially, like we say, if a lot's under the trees, it's not going to dry, is it?
Exactly. Yeah.
Road's quite rough.
Aye.
Nah. No smooth. Even just the bits of tarmac missing, they're the biggest bit for the tyres breaking away, yeah.
You've got all the shadows here, eh?
Aye.
And this was the bit I was telling you, when the way down the van. First time I came, well, on my road bike, stopped here and there was just a massive bike, so I ready to go flying up there. And the boy in front of me had the leathers, my village idiot, stitched on the back, just done a massive burnout. And honestly, you couldn't see here, you couldn't see the lights and nothing from Black Peak everywhere. And then everybody went flying up the hill, flat it away up there. That used to be a pub as well, wasn't it?
Mind the boy ended up in there.
Aye.
He went to hit that barrier but ended up over.
Oh, I need to get past this, John.
Tricky place here.
They widened this bit, John, I think.
Ah, I think they have, eh?
Widened it, definitely. It's definitely wider, definitely.
Aye.
That bit anyway.
It feels a bit smoother than the last time I was here as well, I don't know.
Should have stood in there at one point. No, was it here? Or that one?
When did you race here, Stu? You raced at the, was it Celtic races or something?
Celtic races at the Derby.
Derby
something.
Airfield,
Yeah.
Right.
It's the closest thing I got to roads.
Still
It's quite a rough track. It's
Aye.
good though, really enjoyed it. It's one of my favourite events really.
So how did that work? Was it teams?
Aye, and your Scottish, Irish, Welsh, Cornish and Manx.
Right.
So, to the truth, trying to remember. And so many sidecars, so many solos of different sizes.
Because Keith Amore was on your team there, right?
That was right, aye.
Aye.
Keith, myself, Bruce Burney, can't remember everybody else.
This is a mega wee bit, this,
Ah, that looks awesome, eh?
This is coming up to Black Derby.
That's right, Black Dub's just up here on the right. There's a massive banner at Jamie there. Just class because he's got a hat on. Massive logo.
Again, this never used to have a speed limit for spectators either. So you could come along here as fast as you wanted.
That used to be a wee petrol station there, I'm sure.
Aye.
I remember as a kid, I don't know what age I'd be, maybe 10. I remember getting a toy motorbike for the class A.
The biggest thing I'm looking at, like,
Was this
if you think when...
Sorry, that's a Black Dub there, right?
Aye.
Just there. Is that a picture of Jamie still there? Nah. Oh,
No, it is,
there.
it is.
Still there. Sorry mate, what were you saying?
Like when a car's going along, obviously between the wheels is the dirty bit of the road.
Yeah.
But when you're on a bike and your knees at the curb, the dirty bit of the road's actually where your tyres
Oh,
is.
of course, aye. Well, you can see that. You can see the line, eh?
Yeah.
And obviously the dirty part of the road will be the slippy part.
To Glen Helen.
There's not as many barriers as I thought there would be.
And walls. Cheese.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, half of them. The one back round there was just a fence with banners on it, it wasn't even padded.
Sat up there before.
Aye, right
On
on
the
the
bank, and it's good, like.
I sat up a bit here.
Yeah.
You can see them coming out.
Bikes coming in, pushing hands.
It's a weird feeling coming up here on the bike. Just with the camber.
Aye,
Going
it's like it
uphill.
comes up to you, yeah.
Aye, scraping pegs around
Yeah.
here, eh? Aye, that's exactly it. You're leaning over and the road's coming up to meet you. It's weird. Weird sensation.
Maybe we'll
Let's go!
I think this is about what I was telling you. When I passed your dad, looked down the hill. I think it is anyway. Because this is, you go past the church here.
Aye.
Aye, going down the hill.
I think this is a wee brow of the hill that everybody
Aye.
gets kind of loose on.
Yeah.
The camera.
But well, you're flat and then come over a wee crest and tip in and then another wee crest again.
Exactly.
And then a couple of guys in high vises.
I came down here and your dad was sort of in front of me and I thought I could go past him, so I could flee past him on the inside and then realised I was going too fast for the corner. So just leaned over like it was, no, this one, the next one, we're past him going in there. And it was either the bank or I'm leaning over, and that's when Scott's feet were scraping the ground in the back.
Good job you didn't hit that, it was a motocross jump.
Yeah, I'd have been airborne for a while, eh?
You'd still be in there.
I think that was a bit John and that had been speaking and said that it was all kind of new tarmac and everything and some sections had been done.
Right.
Because that's the interesting thing, like last week I'll get a photo and put it on and I'm sitting in the garage and Davey's sitting beside me, John McGuinness in the middle, then Connor Cummins beside him, and all three of them were just talking about like the northwest, about here. Obviously they've been here going round the track, seeing different bits that have changed and just getting used to it again pretty much. Because I think they still come over and get a lap with like Mulkey or whoever and get told like what's been fixed, if curbs have changed, if drains have moved.
Well, that's it. I guess there'll be a lot of bits that they use for braking markers as well, so if something moves or something gets replaced.
It ends up going that way a couple of years.
Well, I think it was more at the northwest, a lot of new houses and that have been getting built.
Right.
So where they used to be just adding loads of drain covers into the road, bringing all the new drainage from the houses into the road, into like the main run, like the main system, and then there would end up being like 5 manhole covers.
Right.
Water obviously then get wet and then more a risk or bumpy with the bikes, so they were all getting changed through lockdown, so COVID was actually a good thing for that side of things, getting a wee bit of maintenance done.
Sorry man, I was going to say this tree, see the one sticking out? This tree, that's the one my dad was up. He was up, he was about 17, 18, up that tree.
Just
hanging over watching the bikes, man. You wouldn't get away with that now. But he says the marshals when they bothered. That was, what, 70s it would probably be. Late 70s. Madness. Sorry Stu, were you going to say something there?
No, it was just no, it's not.
No speed limit, flying and that bit as
That's all I
well.
can think it was. I just, I just got to calm down now, eh? Mind you, there's folk crashing left, right and centre enough.
Yeah.
Imagine how
I feel you
this
leaning
was.
in, man.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to get my knee down.
Trying to get the knee down in the corner. There's a lot of blind corners, eh?
Like, that's the thing with the road, like, well, the racing that I do, you're constantly looking across the track, looking round the corner, whereas there all you can see is bushes on the inside, trees on the outside.
So as I was coming to Carmichael, one of the wee villages, that you hear them saying it's like warp speed going through the village back out the way.
There must be some sensation coming through here on the race bike.
Because it feels narrow on the other side, but it must feel even narrower when you're doing like 160 through it. That building there was up for sale one year.
But the wee castle's that type thing.
Fucking, that'd be an awesome house.
When they're standing there watching here.
Would it? I've never watched here, but I think the noise would be amazing.
Aye.
Just the noise bouncing off all the
Imagine
buildings.
the feeling of coming through here flat, eh? Just be.
Because it'll be third or fourth gear and probably fourth, just flat out, straight line up there, and you'll see the corner of that is in the curb there.
I just feel how bumpy it is in the van. See the sidecars as well, eh? It must be tricky to get the sidecar, like, if you're stuck behind on that sidecar trying to overtake in places like that, eh?
Well, even for the bikes coming through here, you'll struggle
Aye, probably not even overtake.
to pass. Because that's the thing, like, you have respect for everybody. It doesn't matter if you're last or first, you're still, everyone starts somewhere or everyone's at their limit, and the guys at the back will still be doing 190, 200 mile an hour at some bits.
Yeah.
They get just as fast in the straights. It's just a wee bit in the corners,
Yeah.
They can't really get something to you.
Can't he? It's been lots. It's true though. I think it's all right. It's 50 all the way to Ramsey now. Yeah, nothing.
I think it will be, aye.
Take ages. It must be hard when you come along the area because you go like that shaded area and then the sun just comes straight through there.
Aye.
It's like a tunnel.
It's always turning off tidy.
Especially maybe, well, we're that early in the morning and the sun's coming up, but when it's later on at night and you see the sun starting to come down as well, the amount of glare they'll get.
That flicker as well, going through the trees, the sun flickering through, must be off-putting.
And then the biggest thing is coming through in different crowds there, different colours of jackets. Like, I know what it's like at BSB, you're racing,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden there's someone standing with a yellow jacket on or something, like a yellow coloured jacket, and you think it's a yellow flag, or you see,
Oh, of course,
you
yeah.
catch like a wee bit of red, and you have to look, and then the next lap you look again.
Right.
And there has been a few times where riders have actually went and said, can that person take that flag down, or can that person do this? But here I can only imagine if you're coming along and there's tens of thousands of people standing in different places along, it's something else to try and pick up in your eyes.
Yeah. I never thought about that actually. Getting mistaken for yellow flags and red flags.
Like that, your eyes have to pick up so much here and now, doing everything.
Yeah.
Could have done a wee jump if the car wasn't in front of us.
Van Airborne.
It's weird though, because on the TV the bits that look really tight, like here,
Aye.
are actually quite open,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then bits that are open on the TV are actually really tight.
Aye. Like Carmichael, eh?
Bet you still used to jump that even more speed limit.
The amount of guys that just go across and go, "Move yourself away."
Aye, just we blip the throttle.
That's the thing with motocross riders, you're right. You're riding round, I'm like flat out trying to clear jumps, and a proper motocross rider comes out, toddles up to the jump and then still clears it, and you're like, how can you do that? But I know at Cadwell we've got a wee jump there, and you get airborne for a wee bit, and it feels so strange. But you see the bikes round here and coming over crests at 150 mile an hour, and the wheels are off the ground.
Just by here, they just pop off and
Like that wee jump there is not too bad because you're a bit slower, but
Is this the run up to Quarry Bench?
Aye.
That's what.
That
That was
was.
the same one hanged in the hedge.
Aye, what was that story then?
That was. Is it up here? I mean, Scott decided to park a bike and walk up and find a unique bit to stick a heads at. I'm sure it was there.
Right.
And the guy came over that hump, and it was on a boat, I think, at the time, and he was full on head shake, like full lock to lock, feet smacking the deck and everything, going like that, coming straight from me and Scott lying and with our head sticking in the juice. And then we obviously didn't move because we couldn't move. Next lap I came round, they gave us a thumbs up. So I must have been the sheer terror in our eyes.
Taking it in the game.
Aye. That's a good bit to watch as well, eh?
Ken Jock Taylor, the sidecar driver for Pink Island, he was a world champion sidecar racer, TT winner and stuff. My dad was telling me a story about him because they used to go out together, they used to hang about together. Apparently my mum was Jock Taylor's girlfriend at one point, and my dad stole her off him. But they used to go drinking at Winton Arms in Pincaidland, and when they were 17, maybe 18, and Jock would take his sidecar down, but it was like a BSA sidecar. They'd take it down to the pub, and once they got kicked out, he would drive the sidecar back to his mum's house in Pincaidland,
Right.
3/4 of a mile away. And every time folk would just pile on the sidecar and go round to Jock. They'd go round to Jock's for a after party. But my dad says the record for boys on the sidecar was 12. They're 12. And he says, you know, the wee bridge in Pincaidland, when they're driving across there, like the local policeman would see them, and he would just like, how many have you got in the day, lads? Like, he went to that first. It's just a wee village, eh? In the 70s.
Well, that was my granddad, Stuart's uncle. He had the farm in Pincaidland, and Jock Taylor kept the sidecar in there.
Right.
So that was where my dad my granddad done like a bit of speedway and that, but my dad always used to sit and watch Jock working on the sidecar.
Right, okay.
That's what he says, like he's got videos and photos younger when but that's what my dad says, like the local policemen just never cared about it.
Just never
They'd
bothered.
go along the old railway and everything on like the wee motocross bikes or like scramblers back then.
Yeah. A different time, eh?
Yeah.
I thought it was class, like 12 folk in the sidecar. Maybe a challenge for the purple helmets now.
I think when I was over at 700 I stayed in this hotel there.
Ginger Hall. There's a lot of tree flicker through this section, eh? Up to Ramsey. There's a lot like this.
And that's the thing, same again, every lap is different with the sun moving or the sun going down, and different, the shadow will be different every lap.
Yeah. We're talking 20 minutes for a lap, really, eh? I know it's
Yeah.
17 minutes, but say 20 minutes to round it up. So the sun will have moved and people will have moved as well, like you're saying.
And when it goes as late as 8 o'clock at night,
Yeah.
like obviously everything starts changing a bit. But you hear stories of like people going along, and obviously you can learn the track as much as you want, the toe braking markers, but you need to pick your own wee things that stand out, and you don't pick them out until you're doing 150 mile an hour or whatever down the road. And there is stories of people like using wheelie bins or something, and it changes from the one night to the next night, sitting in someone's garden or...
Was it John McGuinness was talking about he was using a boy in a jacket as
Yeah,
a braking marker?
and
The boy
get
moved.
moving.
Boy moved, so overshot.
Ones with cows in fields, like you hear loads of different stories.
Never trust a cow as a braking marker.
Some cycle in that. Even here, and it's a shame because the camera doesn't show or give it justice what it's actually like out cambering and swaying about, doesn't it?
That's it. It's so bumpy, and as you say, it's off camber. And it's just mad. I don't know what speeds will be doing through here. 60, 70 maybe in that corner.
Probably even
Faster maybe.
quicker. But if you think like your average speed's up at 135 mile an hour, is it now?
Yeah, it's now,
And you think like so far we've not exactly had any huge straights, have we?
No, it's been twisty, I think.
Like has there even been a 200 mile an hour straight yet?
Silver Street.
Selby Street, that.
I'm sure that.
The one leading up to that Ginger Hall Hotel, they say that street, there's, I think a few of them have hit 200 a day, but it's mostly maybe 195.
But like Northwest, a couple of weeks ago, lap records got broken every class. All the speeds were up. I think my teammate Davey, I'm sure he broke the stock 1000 lap record by like 3 seconds.
Really?
And on the stock 1000 he beat the old Superbike lap record by 2 seconds.
Jeez.
So there are, can only imagine here it's going to be the same again.
Well, if the weather's good, eh? I remember I was over in, was it 2018 when the weather was amazing, and that's when Hickman and Dean were kind of breaking the record back and forth, and the weather was perfect. And I thought, to get those speeds again, the weather's going to have to be perfect again.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying the weather's looking perfect for this time, but it's looking good. So hopefully, like what you're saying, hopefully some records broken.
I think the level everybody's at as well now, like John McGuinness, he was British champion on 250s, I think it was. So like he used to take his track racing all serious, he raced at Grand Prix, everything like that. So, and then he obviously done the roads as well, but he took a few years out of doing BSP, but then last year he came back, done the tri-options, and I think he finished 3rd in the championship, and then this year he's been out in stock 1000 with Honda. He was meant to be doing the tri-options again, but couldn't ride a Ducati when he was signed with Honda, so he's been out in stock 1000, and he's out, Davey's out with me in stock 1000, then you've got Hickman and Glenn Irwin, Dean Harrison all out in the British Superbikes. So like all these guys are putting so much work in,
almost every weekend.
Yeah.
And at the high level, BSP.
And they're all riding the same bike coming here, so I know they're in the different classes, but they're still out testing, and like if you think the last few weeks they've been on the bike every single weekend and then every day when they were at the Northwest.
Yeah.
Stuart doesn't like this bit of the track because it's all speed limits.
So this is us coming on the mountain now from Ramsey. It's, as you can see there, it's one way, and then there's no speed limit here, Stu. So
No speed limit.
see what we can do in a tranny van. But
Transit van with flatted.
Oh.
I remember one time sitting up there watching the sidecar came into here and went up, tipped up, and it was heading straight for us.
oh really?
Obviously I wouldn't get up the banking, but it was heading in the direction. I think it was up here. Me and Lewis Rollo were coming down the lamp in the morning. It was a bit damp. I had the clear visor and Lewis had the dark visor. He was off like a rocket.
Right.
And I can nearly, was it the first bit? I'm trying to remember. I'm sure he lost the back end a wee bit, but he never fell off. Kind of close.
Just good to see the damp.
Didn't see the damp, the dark visor and that.
Shit.
It was here, I'm sure.
It's a bit gutting they didn't have the cones a lane width. I like what they've done here. So it cuts in like on the racing line.
See what when they first started doing, well, when I first came, the cones were only to the hairpin, and after that, this was one way, fast as you wanted. And slowly,
it's probably because that bit's a wee bit technical for the odd Joe Bloggs.
There's a car on our hoop here, man. Hope he can pass it then.
What's that?
There's a car
Nah, I
on
don't
our
think he's up for pushing, is he? Nah.
Transit van, I'll get away from it.
Shanty van's flatted. We'll have it stripped out like, what's her name, who done the... Who's the woman who done the Nürburgring?
Oh yeah.
Nadine.
He's got
Nadine. I can't remember her sitting in. Oh, there's another we were, what was it?
Gun yourself.
Back end
He's
of
a local, he's a local.
Oh, he's tight, he's got the apex grip.
We're struggling. Come on!
There was one time we were here coming over the mountain, and it was, I don't know if it was Mad Sunday, but we were following a, no, it wouldn't have been Mad Sunday because we were following a police car, and it was a police estate car,
Right.
so we're just cruising along behind them. We thought, do we passed him a lot. And he's sitting there, honestly, looking at his brother, took off his police hat, and he was off like a rocket.
Oh, really?
Drifting the corners and everything.
Brilliant.
We eventually got past him on the straight line, but it was funny as everything because obviously he knew we were waiting on, eh?
Yeah. Just took off the hat and that was him off,
flat out
off
of
duty.
Until we got to the straight line, just went straight past him.
Like, it's amazing talking to McGuinness with, what's he, 25 wins, 24,
Something
25
like that,
wins, and then Connor, Davey, and like they're like, once you're up here on a nice sunny day, no wind, they just say it like there's no better feeling in the world, eh?
But it's quite windy now, like you can feel it in the van. It's going to fucking sail this thing.
Good job we're not in a big sprinter, it's got the wind assist and the wheels go like.
That's my mum's ashes are scarred. Alright, Ma.
Always get a photo.
That'll be a
Bravo.
good photo for the problem.
My mum's wish was to be scattered there, so she could look over that view, eh?
Nice.
And the money that, her request was the money raised from her funeral was to go to the Rob Vine Fund, which is the helicopter rescue fund. It was quite cool, so they raised over £1,000, I think, with that.
Right.
It still feels odd knowing that you can go either side of the road.
Well, one of my sponsors, it's his first year racing here,
Was it?
and he's in a sidecar. So his first year racing sidecars was last year
Right.
at BSB, and then he's teammates with the Birchalls.
Oh yeah.
So he's over here for his first TT, but he's got a couple of fast cars over him, so I'm going to try and steal one of them and maybe come up here in a Porsche later on, but it'll end up like Peter Hickman's BMW last week.
I seen that in the Northwest thing.
No, I don't see that.
The 2 o'clock in the morning, Peter Hickman's BMW M4 got left in a wall and everyone's scattered at the Northwest, so
I'm not saying who was driving, eh?
nah, there was a few folk in the cells and
Was it?
folk getting questioned and done and shit. People turning up with team clothing on anymore and that.
Tell you what, it's dry so far, like.
Yeah.
Coming in on the ferry, it looked as though it was going to be very wet up here.
I can't believe how quiet. Well, I suppose
I know.
we hear that early and early in the week.
Yeah. Yeah. I suppose a lot of folk will come off the boat and go straight to their digs, eh? Get a wee wash or sleep.
Hold the veranda, I think, eh?
Just where your teammate Connor flew off the side, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I've seen that before.
Mind we went to the cinema to see that, eh?
Aye.
Closer to the Edgefield, mate. Fucking hell, it was scary, like.
Nice.
Straight off, yeah.
And the thing is, he lost it so early. He lost it about now, didn't he? His wheels just started gliding.
Just hit that curb.
Thing is, it's good that there's probably that lip there that let him clear, kind of. And,
Still.
Smacked that wall though, eh?
well, I think he bounced over the wall. He just missed that, but we're catching that bike.
I know, we are, eh?
Here comes the tranny man.
Oh, I got the single lane in a minute. Braw van's going to have a few Manx flies on the front end now.
No brake pads when you get here.
Never used to code this bit either.
Nah, it's for the bungalow, eh?
It's not going to take 5 minutes to stick those codes away from the practice and stuff, eh?
Yeah, no.
Take them some time.
Aye.
Black barriers. It's quite a good bit to watch here as well. Gets real busy on a nice day, they'll sit in the back and
Aye. I've only watched here as a kid, I've not watched in recent times as
sat there
well.
and one time we walked away up this side
Aye.
and it's quite good.
It's just mad to think the police are sitting there and bikes are still
Just
allowed
moving.
to come past at
Yeah.
100 odd mile an hour.
Yep. There's a car in the distance, it looks like a supercar.
Black one.
Nah, a silver one, I think. It's,
There was a black one filling up in Ramsey.
oh, was it? It might be black with a reflection on it, I don't know. I thought it looked silver, but it's catching like.
Just block back.
Aye.
Just brake check him.
Fuck him. Check him.
Oh, there's a BM that had passed us. He's pulled
He's
in.
getting up. Getting the
He's
drives.
maybe had a close one, his heart rate's a bit high than it.
Seeing his
And he's
mirror,
like,
Johnny
oh
Van was
fuck.
catching him.
This is like me and Stuart most weekends heading to motocross. Mountain biking.
Flat in the van.
My dad was saying he was over one year. In fact, it was a year to scar my mum's ashes. He was coming in here to Windy Corner. There was two boys going in. One was going in the inside, one was going in the outside. My dad came up the middle. So he's, they're just taking too long going into the corner, so he went through the middle.
Ah, look at the ST.
Is that the supercar? you're talking about?
Nah, man. I hope not.
Oh, he's game though. No, got yourself.
She just about fucking trying to boy in the bike's like the ST and the van's racing.
I've not got that much faith in the van, man. It's a bit wobbly, like.
He's got many boxes in his bike and all that.
He's never
Yeah.
sweating, eh?
That's the thing as well though, like a lot of people don't, well, normal person doesn't know race lines or
Aye.
like where to, aye. So you can see why there's accidents and
Aye, totally.
people running deep and
There's a photo somewhere, Lewis, in my dad's house of me, you and Sean up on that grass banking over there. We were watching it. Well, it's my family. Your family were there watching. It's a good picture. I don't know what age you'd be. 3, 4 maybe.
I think the last time I was here when I was like 3-year-old.
It's just up there.
And then the foot and mouth came about.
That's right.
Is this coned all the way down to Craig?
Craig, I think so.
I've got it off it. Still quite right. Car skidding there like.
Oh, got it wrong at some point, eh? Must be some feeling coming down here the way he flatted
Feeling all right,
his
it's
head towards the Craig. I remember we were sitting on the grass banking in here one time. In fact, it was when Elaine's mum was here, staying over here, and we said, right, we're going to watch the race, and Elaine's mum was like, right, didn't you sit in the grass first? Didn't you sit too close to the track? She's just worried about us, or worried about Elaine more so. And we were sitting right in the grass banking here, and you couldn't have told, like, we would have got away with it, but Elaine's brother was wearing a bright yellow t-shirt, and he's seen us on the TV at night, eh? Sitting right in the verge.
What's that all about? The barrier?
Not seen that before. I've not seen that before.
Stop and take everyone's number plate.
Or maybe.
Strange, eh?
Aye.
See who's done the quickest time.
Oh, it's maybe to stop. It's maybe to let cars go across. Aye, we were sitting there. That's prohibited. You're not allowed to sit there now.
Aye, we've sat along there before in the weir as well. So let's sit in the bank. I see the bank is low cut. I was just noticed that because normally it's strawberry.
Right.
So you sitting on. I covered in here one time, just riding on the track. I used to be a bank in here. The corner was tighter. And a German guy came down here, lost it, hit the bank, and he was lying in the field.
Shit, really?
Also, it was quite tight, but it was a lot tighter.
Aye.
The banker.
Aye, they'd opened this out, eh?
It's mega quick down here.
That's us heading back to Douglas now, eh?
He used to
It's
be
just-
a walk up here as well.
Aye, you could sit in there as well. I mean, Elaine sat in there one
You
time.
can still do that.
Aye.
So,
This is Hilbury, it's a fast section here as well, eh?
yeah.
And again, it'd be a strange feeling, the corner coming up to meet you. She'll tipping in. I'll tell you a story while we're approaching Douglas again. The couple we used to stay with, Chris and Julie, they stayed in Douglas. We stayed with them, I don't know, 8 years, maybe something like that. But Chris was building a BSA. He was just buying parts and he was building up his BSA. But it was a 3-level house, so the first floor, second floor, and they converted the attic into another big room. And the stairs to get to the attic were like shoulder width.
Yeah.
So it was like his wee den up there, right? So he was buying all these parts and taking them up, building the bike. So he built this full BSA up in the attic. Then realised, fuck, I need to get it done.
Couldn't get it done.
So he had to strip the bike to bring it back down. Because he couldn't get it down the stairs, it was too narrow. Fucking brilliant. He'd been building it over a course of years maybe. And then just realised, shit,
Shit, I can't get it done.
the bike's stuck up there.
God damn it.
Still quite a lot of bits of the bushes and that, like, where no one could get to.
Aye. If you were given a chance, question at the pair of you, if you were given a chance to ride the track, not to race it, just to ride it, would you?
What? Close
If
road?
it closed roads, aye.
Aye. Tough day.
Aye,
Yeah.
tough day. I didn't mean at racing speeds with that, I just mean like cruising around, you know, like the parade laps and stuff.
Yeah,
Would you do it?
Yeah,
definitely.
100%, eh?
that's
Good
what.
in that way as well. Not kind of like if you're doing it, you get to use the original part.
Aye.
That's what, when I was over at Northwest, everyone's like, oh, is Clive asking you to do the roads and is this you over learning and blah blah blah, and I'm like, they're just, never say never. One, my mum and dad wouldn't let me
Yeah.
but you just look at it and you think, why would you not want to give it a go? You'd love to experience who gets to go down a road at 200 mile an hour,
Yeah.
or gets told to go down a road at 200 mile an hour.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
the experience is just absolutely
That's incredible.
mega.
Well, that's us coming to finish our lap, lads. That has been a lap of the TT circuit. And yes, I'm going to hand back over to Billy and Tragic in the studio. Thanks, lads.
That's all we got time for. That was something a bit different. That was bloody awesome. Brought to you entirely in Braw Vision. Thank you again to Stuart and Lewis for giving us the time and those amazing stories. And well done to JJ. I think we've broken some new ground. I don't think that's ever been done before. Touring around the island and getting some stories. Loads of fun. Right, what have we got coming up in the next couple of episodes? Well, the next one is going to be back to me and Tragic. Thank you for all the amazing feedback we got. We're just trying to keep it a little funnier, a bit looser, so you can pick the next topic that me and Tragic are going to be discussing in the next podcast, which is going to be, I think, let me double check this. Is it Sunday the 26th? I should know this. It's going to be Sunday the 26th. It's going to be me and Tragic just shooting the shit, trying to make you laugh, trying to make you think. So whatever topic you would like us to discuss, I think we're tempted to talk about summer holidays because it's just around the corner. Then we're going to have a chat about that, but it's over to you guys. If you're watching the video, put it in the comments, wherever it is. We'd love to have a bit of fun with whatever you've got. Or if you've even got any questions, but I don't want it to be sensible questions. It could be questions about the entire universe. Pop that in the comments as well. Or email me, Billy@BillyKirkwoodComedy.com. com. Right, quick shameless plug. I'm going to be doing a work in progress version of my Stand Comedy Club Fringe show. That's going to be at the Stand Comedy Club on Thursday, the 16th of June. You can still get tickets. We're capping the number at 100, so there's only about 20 left. So if you'd like to come along, you can join me, see the show, rough as guts. And I'm also going to be there with Sean Chalmers from the Follow Us podcast. That is going to be great. But don't forget, you can tune in each and every Sunday. You can also head over, like all Braw Beard Oils on social media. We've got YouTube, we've got vlogs, we've got Gives It a Go videos, we've got tutorials, we've got loads of exclusive content over on the YouTube page. Hit subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified when the new stuff comes over. And don't forget, you can check out all the archive episodes of Braw Cast, not only on YouTube, but on Spotify or wherever you get your podcast. But as well as that, folks, you hit the follow button if you're on Spotify so you can get all the new episodes when they come. This one was pretty cool, I thought. You know, if you were looking for vision, then you get to watch the video one. You get to see all around the Isle of Man and the TT course. But if you're just looking for sound and a bit of fun with the stories with Stuart, Lewis, and JJ, you can head over to check that out. Awesome. Thank you for your time in this episode. We are going to see you next time. This is Braw Cast. Very much